WSGW.com.
A mostly cloudy and wet good morning to you. I hope your day is going well for you, wherever you might be. Terry Henne here at Radio Center, along with Matthew Lester, dodging some raindrops as we move through the morning. It does look as though things are beginning to clear off as far as the precipitation goes, and we will be looking forward to seeing not much, if anything, in the way of moisture as we cross the midday and move into the afternoon. We're still going to have plenty of clouds, but I think our temperatures are going to gradually work their way up. Right now, we've been hovering around that low to mid 60 degree range. Matthew, what do you have on the thermometer right now?
Well, over at the airport, it's cloudy at 63. Over in Midland, there's light rain at 63. Here at Radio Center, there's also light rain at 63. We have south winds at 10 miles per hour, and our pressure's at 30.04, and it's falling.
And it'll be a sticky afternoon. I think by the time the day is all done, we will peak out at right around 70 degrees. Scattered shower activity, a lot more isolated as we go through the remainder of the day, as we said. And then tonight, there is going to be still continuation of clouds. It looks as though the shower activity is going to continue with the best chance of seeing showers in northern Michigan. Northern Michigan's been picking up over the past few days quite a bit of precipitation. And overnight last night, they did pick up some, but the heaviest amounts of precipitation through about 9, 10 o'clock this morning were over on the west side of the state. We were looking at Grand Rapids, Muskegon, Ludington, Kalamazoo, some of those spots where they were reporting rainfall amounts of well over a half inch, and in many cases a good 8 9/10 of an inch over there. For us, officially at the airport, up until about 8 o'clock this morning, and we did get a shower or two after this, the airport had right around 1/10 of an inch. You go down to Flint Bishop Airport, where they had been picking up a lot more in the way of moisture. There was that thread of moisture following 69 and 96, and Flint at Bishop Airport had just under 9/10 of an inch of rain. Midland only reported about 2/100ths of an inch. Over in Huron County, Bad Axe, Fillion, Port Austin, a number of reporting stations well under 1/10 of an inch, about 2, 3, 400ths of an inch there. Looking at Tuscola County, 1/10 of an inch at a number of the reporting stations. Back 40 of Richville, though, I had a little bit more than that. And Bay City, we've had some reports of close to 1/4 of an inch as we've rolled through the morning so far. Sanilac County, Lexington in particular, just under a half inch. Shiawassee County, again, along that 69 quarter. Owasso, more than 8/10. Durand, just under 8/10. Burton in Genesee County, more than 8/10. Linden, just under a half inch there. Then you get a little bit further south, the rain shower activity tapered off. Ann Arbor, just, 1/10 of an inch. Manchester, just under 1/10 of an inch. But again, as far as the majority of the precipitation over the last 24 hours, it appears to be that west side and along the 69 corridor. Northern Michigan, we did see some reports of 1/10 of an inch, maybe 1/4 of an inch in the Beulah area. Standish reported nothing as of about 10 o'clock this morning. Now, they did get an isolated real light shower that has moved through within the past couple of hours there. Traverse City, about 1/10 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch, depending on where you're at. West Branch, under 1/10 of an inch as well. What are we anticipating as we roll through the next couple of days? Rain shower activity is going to be in the forecast. As I mentioned, as far as today is concerned, whatever precipitation you got on your back porch in the Great Lakes Bay area, so far, I think that's going to be it. We might see an isolated sprinkle or light shower up until about 2 o'clock this afternoon, and then that's going to be it. We won't see much of anything around these parts after that until early tomorrow morning. And again, our low temperature tonight will be 64. Our high temperature tomorrow will only get up to about 68. I say only, that's compared to what the overnight low is going to be. We should be at 56 in the afternoon for a high and 38 for a low So that just kind of gives you an idea of how warm we are. As far as the scattered shower activity goes, that is going to be in the forecast real early tomorrow morning. We should see some sun tomorrow as we go through the day. 68 will be our high. 39 will be our low. We're going to see some scattered evening showers as the front is going to be moving through. And you'll know when the front moves through because you're going to see the wind direction change from a westerly direction to coming out of the north. It's not going to be strong and gusty tomorrow, but about 7, 8, 9 miles per hour out of the north. So, or I should say on Saturday. And that is going to generate not only a wind chill, because we're going to be looking at 52 for a high on Saturday, but sunshine. We should see a lot more sun than we have been seeing. And unfortunately, there's going to be a lot more sunshine on Saturday than we will see for the upcoming few days. Saturday's high 52, Saturday's low 42. We're going to keep our eye on a system in Missouri. That one is going to be pushing some moisture our way. It's going to be bubbling up, but it's not going to reflect on the temperatures. Just it is going to look like it's going to clash with some pretty cold air on Sunday. Cold showers around. 44 for a high on Sunday. 34 for a low on Sunday night. And again, the risk of some shower activity, which means we could very possibly see some fluffy stuff. Monday, partly cloudy skies, becoming cloudy as we go into the afternoon. So another chance of seeing some sun. 42 for a high on Monday. 24 for a low on Monday night. And then on Tuesday, 42 for a high. Chance of an afternoon shower on Tuesday, Halloween day. But that'll taper off. 28 for a low on Tuesday night. And we're not anticipating moisture. Wednesday, partly cloudy skies, 42 for a high. Don't know if you had a chance to see my Facebook, but I posted a picture. We picked up about 1.5 inches of snow on this date in 2016. And I took a picture from my pickup truck as it was sitting here in the parking lot at Radio Center. So if you want to see what that looked like, yeah, it's almost a horror movie. But again, that was 2016. Record high in this state is 81, set 100 years ago, 1923. The record low was 24, set in 1914. And a year ago, 64 was a high, 37 was our low. We picked up just a little bit better than 0.4 of an inch. But a year ago, this day, we had less than 2 inches of precipitation in the gauge. This year at the airport, we're looking at 2.52 inches of precipitation, and that's not including what we got so far this morning. So obviously we're running ahead on moisture this October than what we saw last October. Flint last year had under 2 inches of precipitation on this date a year ago. Right now they're 3.5 inches. So they've been getting a lot more moisture than we have been getting. And it looks like close to double what they had a year ago at this date. More on the weather as we go through the broadcast. Oh, incidentally, sun will set this evening at 6:36, rise tomorrow morning at 8:05, and it does get dark, especially when you've got the cloud cover and the precipitation that we've been dealing with. More on the weather as we go through the broadcast. Standing by, Matthew, who do we have?
Up next, we have Melinda Sweeney from the Andersons and Doug Klein from Oppenheimer.
But before we get to them, we want to remind you the weather forecast brought to you by the folks at Nutrien Ag Solutions.
Nutrien Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrien Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrienagsolutions.com.
Say, do you want to unlock the secret to higher yields? If you're applying dry fertilizer, the key to better yield potential is Titan XC. Titan XC is a fertilizer biocatalyst that unlocks and releases the bound up nutrients in granular fertilizer, promoting better root uptake and plant growth. Drive performance this season and beyond. Release more nutrition. Expect better results with Titan XC. For more information, visit lpi.ag/unlock or contact your Nutrient Ag Solutions crop consultant today. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Weiss Equipment, where those farm-all tractors are ready to go to your yard to take care of whatever you need. And the nice thing about the farm-all tractors is there's a tractor for every job out there because they range from 35 to 140 horses. And the folks at Weiss Equipment in Frankenmuth will match you up with the farm-all tractor that's going to get your job done. Yeah, the Value Pack Farm-all Compact A Series, they've got them all the way up to the Deluxe Compact C and C Series with cabs. The tractor does it all, so no matter what you're doing, Can Do comes in red. And it's called Farm-all. For more information, just go to Weiss Equipment in Frankenmuth, doing it right longer. And Matthew, I just got a text from a listener. It says, oh, come on. You think it's going to get that cold? Well, guess what?
What's that?
Great Falls, Montana, 12 degrees this morning.
Yeah, I can't do that. That's too cold.
Bismarck, North Dakota, it was 30. Minneapolis, their high is going to be 50 today.
That's not bad.
On Saturday, their high is going to be 28.
Jeez.
Denver is 44. I don't know. We're all over the board. Kansas City is 67 for a low this morning. So you kind of get an idea where the dividing line is with this cold. But one thing's for sure, we're going to see that dividing line.
That's for sure.
Very sure of that. Along with us, Melinda Sweeney from the Andersons. And Melinda, the last time I looked on the board, I figured, well, I'm going to give you a little bit more time. Because for the most part, I mean, wheat didn't look all that bad. Corn was kind of riding the fence. So, I figured a little bit more time, maybe a plus or two there. But soybeans, another tough day there. What's going on now?
Yeah, as I was looking at the market this morning, thinking about the call this afternoon, I guess it's still morning, beans were up 8, corn was up 4, and wheat was up 8. Now where we're sitting, corn's down 0.75 cents, beans are down 7, and wheat's up 5. Markets are a little cautious on the spook that the Ukrainian suspension of the Black Sea corridor has been suspended mostly due to the increase in Russian military threats. The market's been cautious to react too much to it, just not knowing how long that's going to be closed or what that actually means. Wheat was up. There's really no timetable on the closure of that Black Sea, and corn and wheat Ukraine is the cheapest bob point for corn and wheat to Southeast Asia currently today. So that could definitely reflect some here in the United States.
It sounds like when everything starts to gain a little momentum, as far as wheat is concerned and some of the other crops, the Russians announce, well, we're going to let the boats go. They don't really let anything change on the ground. They just posture differently. And it drives the markets up, drives them down, whatever. And they're really not doing anything except just...
Yeah, we have seen some boats leave the Black Sea corridor. There's boats lined up as well. So we have seen some movement leave the Black Sea. A big ticket also in the market today is weather in Brazil and Ukraine. As we go through the fall, we're going to see big day-to-day price action just given on what their weather is and how that moves the market with them being a little drier. Another thing that's kind of driving the wheat market right now is the Australian and Indian wheat crop. They're a little drier as well, so that's also affecting some into the wheat market.
Oh, that's very interesting. But I was kind of curious about South America, and Australia has come up in the conversation, and they've been experiencing some fairly dry weather, haven't they?
Yeah, a little bit. Not quite sure what that's going to react. Typically we don't see any big reaction in the market until our January 1st WASD, and we get another look at quarter stocks and global supply. It'll be interesting to see what they report in January. But today, the price volatility kind of seems like it's here to stay.
So what do you have on the board right now?
Yeah, right now, nearby cash delivery for harvest, we're at 405 on corn. January delivery is at 480, 448 on corn. New crop 24 corn is 444. Nearby October beans, 1209. January beans, 1260. New crop 24 beans, 1181. Nearby red wheat, 473. January 20, sorry, new crop 24 red wheat, 556. October white wheat, 538. And new crop 24 white wheat at 621.
You have a great day. Have a nice weekend. We'll talk to you next week, Melinda.
You as well.
All righty. Melinda Sweeney over at Star of the West. I should say over at the Andersons. Star of the West, that comes along tomorrow. Matthew, who do we have up next?
Up next, we have Doug Klein from Oppenheimer.
And the market report brought to you by the folks at the Frankenmuth Credit Union. They do have lines of credit, equipment loans, financing for purchasing land, credit cards, and more. Stop by any of their locations and see how they can be your hometown financial solution. Find out more by going to frankenmuthcu.org and by Steiner Tractor. New parts for old tractors made easy. You know, they understand how your life and job both stop if your tractor stops running and you want to get that old tractor refurbished, get it all decorated out so that you can show it off in shows in the not too distant future. You can do that. Steiner's got the parts. 800-234-3280 or go to steinertractor.com. Doug Klein, good morning. How are you this morning?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Oh, just watching and
Wondering.
Yeah, and sitting on my hands.
Doing a lot of wondering. Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know.
Well, at least we got a speaker now.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know. I read an article this morning about the different ag groups. There's a lot of agriculture that is really concerned about that farm bill. And according to the articles that I saw, our Speaker of the House is from a deeply agricultural state, which is Louisiana. And that kind of tends to be a good thing when it comes to farm bill legislation, according to those folks.
Cross your fingers.
I guess. So what's going on other than that?
Well, crude oil's down $1.50, so 84 and change. So that's good. The dollar's higher, 106.85. So that's not so good. Canadian dollar's weaker. That's a 7-month low on the Canadian dollar. So that's not good for us. What else? Let's see. Oh, Facebook had their earnings last night. They disappointed. So they're down $11.50 today. That's not helping the stock market at all. IBM reported also, and they're up $6.50 today. So I guess they're kind of mitigating the Dow Jones industrial average because it's only 30 stocks in that average, and IBM is one of them. So that's helping them as opposed to the S&P being down 0.75% and the NASDAQ being down 1.5% so far today. So it's a little bit dicey in the stock market arena. Oh, Siemens asked the German government for some backing. I guess that's a bailout or something. You know, we were talking about how the wind turbine failure rate at Siemens was unacceptable. So I don't know what the ramifications are for Michigan because I don't know, what the ratio is. I don't know if GE is the supplier for Michigan or if Siemens is in there or what. But hopefully they're able to get a bailout so that they can replace any windmills that go down anywhere, really. But so that's one to watch. Got to keep an eye on them too. So okay, so here's your numbers. December corn is $4.79, down a penny. The March corn is $4.93.5, also down a penny. The November soybeans $12.80, down 8 1/4. The March soybeans $13.13 3/4, down 8 cents. December wheat is $5.73.5, up a nickel, and March wheat is $6, up 3 3/4 cents. Crude oil is $83.86, down $1.53. Heating oil is $295.80, down 1/10 of a penny. Gasoline $225.03, down 1.8 cents. Natural gas $3.63, up a penny. Over to currencies, Canadian dollar, U.S. dollar buys $1.3828 at the border. That's up 33 ticks. The dollar buys 150.43 yen. That's up 22 ticks. The euro's at 105.32, down 31 ticks. The dollar's at 106.85. That's up 33 ticks. Gold's at 19.88, down $6.90. Silver's 22.80, down 20.5 cents. And platinum's at 902.80, down $6.80.
Doug Klein, thank you.
All right, good luck.
Talk to you again tomorrow.
Okay.
Doug Klein at Oppenheimer. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at the Michelson Crop Insurance Agency, where they want you to be prepared. Take advantage of the good things, cover yourself against the bad. The Michelson Crop Insurance Agency, they are licensed to serve all of Michigan with both conventional and organic crop insurance. You can get a hold of their agents on their cell for questions or emergencies, or better yet, just call the office, 989-868-4722. Jerry Samolsky joins us in a moment, along with Craig Voorhees. Let's take a quick break, Matthew. We'll be right back.
Like you, we never settle. There's more sugar, in fact, better sugar in every seed we sell. For more than a century, we put innovation to work in the service of growers who plant Crystal brand sugar beet seed. With varieties developed especially for your growing area, you can be confident your success is always our top priority. This season, and for seasons to come, choose a seed partner who shares your priorities.
The beauty of a family farm is that everyone pitches in to get things done. There is nothing like the smell of a sugar beet field during harvest or a meal served off the tailgate of a pickup. This is Jeff Karst, your ACH Seeds representative, with a friendly reminder to keep safety a top priority this harvest season. Please encourage your crews to be cautious with field work and drive safely as they deliver this crop. You've built an impressive legacy, one that is certainly worth protecting. Thank you for your continued business again this year.
ACH Seeds, growing with you.
Before it's too late and white mold becomes a problem, you need to ask your seed dealer for Heads Up seed treatment. When raising soybeans in the Midwest, you know the risk of being caught unprepared. As heard on Ag PhD, there are several steps you can take prior to planting for a successful management plan against white mold. Compatible and cost-effective season-long protection starts now by asking your seed dealer to apply Heads Up to your bean seed order. For more information, visit headsupst.com.
Farm Service brought to you by Freeland Bean and Grain. With all the things going on right now, harvesting, trying to harvest, might be a really good idea to contact Vic Huffer right now at Freeland Bean and Grain and get your strategy put together for 2024. Serving you since 1983, where serving you is their business, Freeland Bean and Grain. Jerry Samolsky, Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville, joining us right now, and the plant of the week. It's got moisture on its leaves.
Yes, it does. It's an oldie but goodie, Terry. The evergreen shrub that has been maligned for years, is a great shrub. Problem is people don't know how to prune it. They end up turning them into balls, boxes, or squares. They have no resemblance of what they should be. But it's a great plant. It's a good evergreen. It is tolerant of all kinds of conditions. Its major drawback is deer like it. So you don't want to put it where you've got deer pressure. But there's all kinds of use. Hicks yew makes a great hedge, about 5-6 feet, much better than arborvitae do. They're great plants. We've got all kinds of them out here. But since I started saying earlier that people don't know how to prune them, Terry, we're going to do a pruning class here November 16th. 6 o'clock in the evening, and to help you understand how to prune things properly. And not everything needs to be a box, ball, or square. You plant things for flower, fruit, and foliage and form, but form is always given away because once you start trimming, you just go, what's it going to be, a box or a ball? So we'll teach you how to get beyond that and learn better.
Again, that's November the 16th at the nursery.
Yes, it is, and it is free. We just ask that you please RSVP either online or a phone call. Baylandscaping.net. You can find us there, or 893-0000. Of course, that's 989. You can find us very easy.
Jerry, thank you. You have a great day, okay?
Yes, sir.
All righty. Craig Voorhees with the Rummel Agency joining us right now. And Craig, a lot of folks traveling north, and they're going to take their rifles, their guns, that sort of thing up. Any advice?
Right, Terry. Yeah, we talked about side-by-sides going north a couple days ago, and along with those are going to probably be some firearms. And, when they're at your house, those items are covered as part of your house contents. But when you take them north, the coverage changes quite a bit, especially when it comes to theft. And it's a very limited coverage once it leaves your property. So I'm not one of those people that has a lot of money in guns, but I know several that do. If you're taking some expensive guns north or several guns, give your agent a call and make sure you got the coverage in place that you want before you head out to deer camp.
Good advice. Craig, you take care. Have a great day, okay?
We're trying, Terry, as soon as we can dry out.
All righty. Craig Voorhees with the Rummel Agency. Predictability in farming is next to impossible until now. Pivot Bio provides more reliable, more predictable sources of nitrogen because it delivers the nitrogen directly to the plant throughout the growing season. It adheres directly to the root. Pivot Bio doesn't wash away in the rain. Plant more predictability next season with Pivot Bio. Learn more by getting a hold of Don Morris or Allie Morris and get Pivot Bio products for your operation. Quick notes, and then we'll be right back. Experience the most reliable RTK signal from PC Ag Solutions, compatible with most GPS receivers. Trade in your old radio or modem and get an affordable subscription through us. We have over 25 base station locations across the Lower Peninsula, and we're always looking to add more to our network. Discover more power, more accuracy, and more coverage with our 450 megahertz signal. Call us to learn more today. PC Ag Solutions, 989-868-4444.
From breeders' first work on trait identification through years of strip trials all the way to shipping, it takes a team of experts to deliver every beta seed variety. The teamwork doesn't end there. It continues with our most important teammate, growers like you. Your feedback helps us shape the next generation of sugar beet solutions to maximize tonnage and sugar content while managing disease. Let's keep the momentum going. Contact your Beta Seed rep for more info. Beta Seed, breeding confidence.
We now conclude our program with the playing of our national anthem.
From the Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery Studios, WSGW